Wouldn't you love to hear a native speaker answer IELTS questions? Well, in this video, we're going to do that. We're going to use chatbots to study for the IELTS speaking test, part 1. Chatbots are chat robots. They chat to you just like real people. That is, you type a question and they answer you. And they behave like real people, though. They're not robots. They tell jokes. They teach you useful English phrases. Chatbots even seem to have personalities. And that's not surprising because the things that they say are actually programmed by real people. And those people can be native speakers. So that's exactly what makes chatbots so useful. And there's another thing that is really amazing, is that when you ask a chatbot your IELTS question and the chatbot says, I don't know, or don't know the answer, come back a day or two later, and guess what? It will have learned the answer to your IELTS question. So you're getting free native speaker input from a chat robot, so it seems like the best of both worlds. It's available 24 hours a day, but it's a native speaker who's giving the useful English phrases and the vocabulary, the target-like grammar and vocabulary. So we're going to go to 3 websites now, okay? And we're going to get one question from each website. And we're going to use my website to go there. We're going to click on links, website 1, 2, and 3, get our questions, and I'll tell you the websites so you know what they are and everything. And then we're going to go to 3 different chatbots. Okay, these amazing chatbots. And we're going to ask one question to each chatbot. And then we're going to look at those answers and analyze those answers. And I'm going to show you how the English is actually very useful, the English that they give you usually. So we're on my website. It's www.sites.google.com/view/global English teacher. There it is, IELTS Rock. And so we click right on chatbots. Let's click on questions from IELTS material. Right here, the one all the way on the left-hand side, to the far left, questions from IELTS material, and it's taking us to IELTSmaterial.com. This is a website of IELTS questions to help you prepare for the IELTS. Let's scroll down. They got questions about laughter, pens and pencils, beautiful scenery, museums, and art galleries. And let's go right on down to, did you enjoy learning science in primary or high school? Let's go back to my website. So once again, we clicked on this and we got some sample questions. We just finished with questions from IELTS material. Let's click on questions from IELTS Buddy. So I click, it takes us to IELTS Buddy, online IELTS preparation. So we have more questions. Leisure time, trains, books, art galleries, swimming. Did you like to go to art galleries when you were a child? Let's look at the 3rd website. That's questions from IELTS Liz. IELTS Liz has a great deal of material, but there's one thing that makes this website difficult to use. I'm going to try and copy and paste. Oops, I can't do it. Content is protected. So you can't copy and paste, but you can remember the question on Liz's page. So you can see the question is the very first question. What is your job? So now we've got our 3 questions. Did you enjoy learning science in high school? Did you like to go out? Did you like to go to art galleries when you were a child? And what is your job? And we're going to ask these 3 questions to 3 different chatbots. Now I want to show you my chatbot. See this guy here, this red guy? And I like to call this guy AmitBot. And look what he says, hey. He's always saying hello to you. It's kind of nice. Did you enjoy learning science in primary school? I did. In fact, I still do. Now, if an examiner asks you, did you like candy when you were a child? You could say, yes, I did. Or, I did. In fact, I still do. It's a sophisticated and clever use of English. You're not only answering the question, you're providing extra information. You're considering not only the time frame of the past, but you're drawing it back to the present. You might think that these chatbots are not so useful for you. Maybe you just want to get an answer about science in high school, but you've actually learned a technique which you can use for the IELTS. That might positively affect the examiner. It's all about the impression you make sometimes. Let's click on Credence. I like Credence. She might give you some information that only a native speaker from Australia can know, so it's valuable. Did you like to go to art galleries when you were a child? I was never a child. You can't say I was never a child, but you can say I was never interested in art galleries, or I was never exposed to art galleries. The examiner will appreciate it that you have taken the time to consider his or her culture and to learn about other cultures besides your own. Let's go up top. Links to other chatbots. Click. It takes you to this page. Do you see this? You've got 6 chatbots here I got for you. You got a nice selection. You got Cleverbot, Lbot, Pbot, EVBot, Kooky, and Audrey. I want to go to Lbot. I want to ask Lbot a question. See, it pops up. That's useful. So Credence and Lbot have the pop-up menus. That's very useful. What is your job? So basically, Lbot's answer is, I ask, what's your job? And Lbot's answer is, I talk to weird people, and so that means that Lbot doesn't like his job. So it's very funny because a robot is complaining about people. Of course, this doesn't mean that you are allowed to complain about your IELTS examiner. You should never do that. That's the important thing here. We learned that it's okay for you to complain about your job. If the examiner asks you, what's your job? What do? You could say, I work in an office. It's so boring. Right away, you will have made the examiner laugh and you'll have scored points with him. So in summary, we asked 3 questions. We asked from IELTS material, we asked Amitbot, did you enjoy science in high school? From IELTS Buddy, we asked Credence, did you like to go to art galleries when you were a child? And from IELTSLiz.com, we asked Lbot, what is your job? Right now, when we asked these questions, we asked chatbots the questions, and then we analyzed the answers they gave. And we saw that those answers that the chatbots give us teach us certain things that we can't learn in class, such as making jokes. And cultural information, such as Western education, as we saw in this video, and also popular books and films, and complaining, and expressions like I did and still do. But all these things have a time and a place. You have to do it in an appropriate time, and I firmly believe that chatbots can teach you this. They teach you when to do it, not just what to say. Chatbots are natural, they're funny, they use real English. That's because they're programmed by real people. Now, it might seem weird to learn from a robot, but actually these robots are as real as can be. I mean, at least their English is. And a final thing to think about is this, that we are studying for the IELTS, and the IELTS is essentially a conversation. A conversation is a very important thing. People have written books about the idea of conversations. They're very important to language learning, and so it's an important thing. And trust me. And one final thing is that chat robots learn from you. When you ask a question, they actually learn. So you're not just learning from them, they're also learning from you. So the more you interact with them, the more questions you ask, when you come back the next day or a couple of days later, you'll see that they can answer questions that they couldn't answer before, and that could only be helpful. And it might be helpful to your friends as well as to you. That's it. Thank you very much.